is Afghanistan. Where do we go from here? And we have with us to give us an analysis of some of the issues that we face in Afghanistan, Dr. LMadu2. Dr. LMadu2, let's pick up where we left off last time, and I don't want to lose any of this. Simply pick up where we left off last time for the next, this segment, for the next 8 minutes. Go and tell us about it.
And you know, it's important for people to understand how all these problems started in Afghanistan. In 1973, the king, and you know, Afghanistan used to be a kingdom. The king, Ahmed Zahir Shah, was overthrown, you know, by his relative, General Mohammed Dawood. Dawood, on taking over, abolished the kingdoms, you know, but he was very repressive and brutal. So in 1978, officers in the Afghan army who are loyal to the Communist Party overthrew Dawood and executed him and everybody in his family, and declared the People's Democratic Republic of Afghanistan under a man called Mohammed Taraki. Taraki took over in 78, you know, established a communist government supported indirectly by the Soviet Union. In early 1979, about April, I think, yep, 79, insurgents, a lot of the Islamic, you know, insurgents in Afghanistan started organizing because they opposed a communist government in Afghanistan. Like I've said earlier, Afghanistan is an overwhelmingly you know, Islamic nation, about 99%, 80% Sunni, 90% Shiite. So they were upset about the nationalization of the lands and all those things, and so they started organizing, opposing the government. So in September 1979, Mohammed Taraki's deputy, Hafizullah Amin, who was educated at Columbia University, overthrew him and killed him and took over the government. Amin was very brutal, very repressive, and the Russians didn't like him either. The Russians thought he was a secret CIA agent, and that he was very vicious, and that he would cause a lot of problems for them more than a moderate, you know, a communist leader. So Brezhnev ordered, you know, Russian troops to move into Afghanistan and overthrew Amin. So in September of 1979, you know, the Russian troops started preparing to move in force. They were already in Afghanistan, but on the orders of Brezhnev and the Russian Soviet Politburo, they invaded Afghanistan fully in December 27th, 1979, and killed Hafizullah Amin and overthrew his government, and installed Babra Kamal as president of Afghanistan. That was when President Carter, you remember, you know, boycotted the Olympics in Moscow because of that event. So when Babra Kamal took over, you know, the insurgents, you know, grew very, very rapidly. The United States decided to support, you know, the Afghan Mujahideen, which was what they were called. We supplied the guns, the Saudis paid for the guns, and the Pakistanis trained the Mujahideen. Between 1983 and 1997, the Pakistani intelligence service called the ISI, you know, Inter-Services Intelligence, trained about 83,000 Mujahideen. And we supplied them with Stinger missiles and all that to shoot down Russian planes. You know, this lasted from 79 to 89 when the Russians withdrew. But meanwhile, in 1980,